The man whose heart stopped hours ago shouldn't be able to walk into a diner, order coffee, and pay his bill. The location is Lucky's Diner on National Highway 91. The date is April 11th, 2026 at exactly 2:41 a.m. Working the graveyard shift is a server named Maud. Instead of a tip, he slides a single Polaroid photograph across the table and then slumps forward. This plots the timeline of that night. Here's the recorded entry at 2:41 a.m. But according to the coroner, the man had no pulse when he sat down. His heart stopped hours before he walked through the door. We have a medical flatline that overlaps directly with 6 minutes of security camera footage showing an active conversation. This data contradiction moves the investigation out of the realm of standard cardiac arrest and into a logical impossibility. For those 6 minutes, Maud pours coffee and talks with the man. Maud's body cam microphone captures him whispering to the patron, "I buried her behind the dumpster. You weren't supposed to know." When the patron slides the picture across the table, Maud looks at it and freezes. He remains motionless for several seconds before the man across from him finally collapses. Police found no wallet, no keys, and zero identification on the body. The visitor arrived with nothing but the photograph. The specific contents of that photograph suggest the diner interaction was a delivery. The deceased man carried the image as a singular physical piece of evidence to be placed directly in Maud's hands. In an interrogation room at the Dadri police station, Inspector R. Sharma sits across from Maud, seeking an explanation for the man in booth 7. The evidence bag contains the Polaroid from the table. It shows Maud smiling with dark blood on his hands. On the back is a timestamp, March 3rd, 2025 at 1:12 a.m. This is the exact moment Maud's ex-girlfriend, Aisha, disappeared after what Maud told police was a routine argument. Faced with the image, Maud maintains that he didn't take the photo and that he was home alone that night. Inspector Sharma then plays the audio from the diner. Hearing his own voice confess to a corpse that he buried Aisha forces Maud to stop his denials. The Polaroid acts as a psychological wedge. It is a time-stamped record of a crime that had no witnesses, delivered to the killer by a man who was already dead. Maud tells the inspector that when he saw the photo, he felt his guilt return all at once. He describes the patron as a man who had been waiting years for this specific confession. The identity of the deceased man is confirmed. He was Aisha's father. This timeline highlights the chronological problem. The father died in 2024. The daughter was murdered in 2025. The diner incident occurred in 2026. The body in booth 7 didn't match a 2024 burial. Biological markers indicate his heart stopped at 1:12 a.m. on March 3rd, 2025. The father's biological death synchronized perfectly with the minute his daughter was killed, over a year after his original burial. Before his body finally went cold in the diner, the man adopted Mohad's own smile from the photograph, mimicking the killer's expression before his vitals permanently ceased. The alignment of the father's death with the exact moment of the murder reveals a crossing of timelines. Grief and vengeance allowed the man to defer his own expiration until he could confront the killer. 14 hours after the initial questioning, Mohad provides a full written confession. Police search the dumpster area at Lucky's Diner and recover Aisha's remains, confirming the location Mohad provided in his confession to the corpse. The father's final words to Mohad, "Your shift ends at 7. Mine starts then," suggests the conclusion of a long-delayed duty. Lucky's Diner remains in operation, but booth 7 is now the site of a persistent anomaly. Diner staff report that the coffee pot there stays steaming hot, even when the heating element is unlit. While the legal case is closed and Maud is in custody, the localized heat at booth 7 indicates that the supernatural shift of vengeance has not concluded. The table remains empty. The diner management has posted a notice for that specific area. It is reserved for confessions.